Hey, darling. I'm getting those spines off. Because I only have one hand, I'm using the vine to help me. My helper's here, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and get this baby. See, I gotta be careful on that one. He's got a baby up there of his own. Let's see. Did it? She's laying in the shade. She's chilling. Ouch. Oh, well, there's the one hiding. Oh, look, a couple hiding. Oh. See that one over there? I can reach him. Oh. Should go around to the other side. The little leaf is sort of petering out. There's a couple. Ooh, there's a couple on it. Kind of small. I don't want it to get much bigger though. There's one. And then this burpee pickler, most unimpressive, I think. I mean, the few it makes are nice, but it doesn't make very many, and the vines, nothing like double yield and seek 'em. Just gonna walk down this outside. You know, sometimes you'll spot one that you didn't see from the other side. And I'll come back for you later. Okay. That's pretty good on those, I think. Am I going to have any tomatoes? Look at that. These are Cherokee chocolate. They don't get huge. But they make a pretty tomato. It's really tasty. Now, let's see here. I may go to the other side of this vine. It's the Park Whopper. And, go on, bug. True to its name, there's some fairly whoppers in there. I'm getting some stink bugs for sure. Oh, look at here. Man, they're sure pretty. Look at that. Grew the Park Whopper a few years ago, and it's just been a favorite ever since. Let's go check the others. This is the Cherokee chocolate side. I came out here last night. I was literally out at midnight, picking the vines up and suckering them with a headlight. I do it like that with a Velcro. They have some fairly pretty tomatoes too. This is a limb I picked up. It was wanting to lay down, so the tomatoes are oriented oddly. But now this side, again, is the Park Whoppers. And the really big ones are near the bottom. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Just a couple more tomato things to show. Actually, this is a cherry tomato. I only planted 2 of those, and it's, even with me pruning it, trying to stay on top of it, it still wants to get out of hand. The first tomatoes on it were, where are you guys? Right here. So they're just not ripe yet. Seems to take forever for the first ones to ripen, and then you just get slammed. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Oh. So these here, I was getting a little, these were it's armyworm damage. I sprayed some of the BT on it, that bacterial spore that's toxic to caterpillars. And there were no more caterpillars, but they left their damage behind. The plant, oh look at there, there's one. So, armyworm. I'll have to come and respray them. This is neat to see the difference in Roma tomatoes and other kinds of tomatoes. A Roma makes a really pretty plant. Really thick leaves. And then right next to, that's a Roma. And this is one that's just going to make regular tomatoes. Pardon me. Just a different type of plant altogether. Here's another one. I thought they were all Romas, but you can see the difference in the plant. So, yeah, I thought I was planting all Roma tomatoes in this section right here. Oops, nope. But there's some pretty little Roma tomatoes under here. So this is some of the stuff I picked up on my bagger, and if there's not grass seeds in it, I'll scatter it in the garden right away, like it's mostly leaves and grass clippings without seed heads. But there was some seeds in this, and so I pile it up to let it go through a heat. And it'll kill the seeds. Now, it won't kill the ones on the surface, so what I do is, once the inside's gone through a heat, it'll get really hot, like 140, 150 degrees. I'll rake the outside off into a pile of its own. I just clean the outside off into a new pile, wet it down really good, and then rake the hot stuff from the core on top of it. And it just, I don't have any trouble with grass coming up in my garden, even though I use grass clippings with seeds. Don't have trouble with it. And some of this stuff, the grass clippings I've been piling in this part of the gardens from last year, and it's starting to thin out. It breaks down over time, of course. And I do get little weeds from time to time. Not too many though. But I have to stay ahead of it by piling stuff. And so, I know, a couple weeks, maybe 10 days, a couple weeks, I will take this pile here and tear it apart after it's gone through a heat and I've turned it once, and I'll scatter it all over the garden. Smothers out weeds. These are patio babies. Pardon me. And they make little eggplants. As a matter of fact, I think this is as big as those eggplants get. I need to pick that rascal. Of course, it's probably not focused. Yeah. I see something. Looks crazy looking. Let's check it out. I think it's a crazy looking eggplant fruit. Oh yeah. This is the Ichiban, but it's making a weirdo. They're really blooming and doing pretty though. Lots of pretty blossoms. Okay, I'm starting to get some eggplants down here that I can actually show off. They're teeny, but this one is called Fairy Tale. And look at there. He's going to have stripes. Hey there. Isn't that nice? And then further down here, this one's called Shooting Stars. Oh, antsies. And then these tall babies right here. These 4 and these 3 are Orient Express. Just a long, skinny purple one, kind of Ichiban style. This is the early long purple. It's the only one I have in the garden. I got some more up at the house. I picked one off of it yesterday. Ooh, it makes a nice, well, purple eggplant. Go over there. These 4 cucumbers out here, even though they're planted and stuff and mulched, they still fight the heat. Dragon's egg. I'll tell you one thing, these beans don't care. They wilt a little bit every once in a while. Give a little spray of water, but that's baby beans right there. See, I'll get these where it'll do that. I don't know why. It's not dry out here. All right, guys, keep up the good work. Last of all, this is that wild grapevine I pulled down out of the trees. It made the grapes last year right by my driveway. It was hanging out of the trees way over there. And I coiled it up and run it back through. Popped it out here. Curious if it would make grapes this year, right?